Okay, this is measurement, lesson 3, part 1. New skills today will be working with accuracy. So in everyday life, people often use the words precise and accurate to mean the same thing. In mathematics and in the trades, however, they have different meanings. Accuracy refers to the exactness of a measurement. So to be accurate, a measured value must be as close to the real value as possible. If you have measured something accurately, someone should be able to repeat the same measurement and get the same value. So over here, accuracy, how close a measured value is to the true value. So for example, explain if the following measurements would give an accurate measure and if the measuring device is appropriate, and state why or why not. A, using the length of your forearm to measure the length of a picnic table. B, use the length of your stride to mark off the playing field for soccer. C, using a meter stick to calculate the distance between two cities. And D, using a ruler marked in millimeters to measure the width of a book. Okay, so the key line in the definition for accuracy is if you have measured something accurately, someone should be able to repeat it, the same measurement, and get the same answer. So I want you to think about that for each of these. So A, using the length of your forearm to measure the length of a picnic table. So using your forearm to measure the length of a picnic table would not be very accurate. Okay, so not accurate. Because different people have different lengths of forearms. Because the unit, a forearm, cannot be divided into smaller units without guessing, you would not get an accurate measure of the table. So the unit is not appropriate. Uh, Basically, someone should be able to repeat the same measurement. You're going to have different lengths of forearms. You're not going to get the same measurement. B, using the length of your stride to mark off the playing field for soccer. Using your stride to make a measurement would not be very accurate because the stride length will vary from person to person and even between one person's own strides, right? It's hard to keep a consistent stride in the first place. However, strides could be used to make an estimate of a soccer field's length. So again, someone should be able to repeat the exact same measurement as you, but because the stride lengths may be different, that's going to be hard to do. But you can use it as an estimation. C, using a meter stick to calculate the distance between two cities. Using a meter stick could be accurate because you're using a standard measuring device. However, a meter stick is not an appropriate unit for measuring this distance. I don't think I have to explain this one, right? That wouldn't be logical. Uh, D, using a ruler marked in millimeters to measure the width of a book. Okay, using a ruler marked in millimeters would give an accurate measurement of the width of a book because it is a standard measuring device and has an appropriate scale. What the ruler does for every person that goes to measure is it gives them the same measurement every time, right? You might be off by half a millimeter, but the point is if you were to hand somebody the ruler and say, measure the book, you're probably going to get the same measurement. And that is the end of lesson 3, part 1.